Janet's face when you said she hadn't showered. There was I wasn't able to sleep. I came back at 5 in the morning. Like I drove back, parked at 5 a.m. and like I couldn't shower, but I also couldn't sleep the next day. Okay, so I couldn't shower because I was too tired. Went to bed, slept 3 hours, woke up, and then like Ryan is live talking about the Minecraft server that's going live in like 5 minutes or something. And I was like, well, I could just hop on for a couple minutes. Then I was like, so I did. And then I got dead tired in the middle of the day. Took a nap on the couch. Anyways, we're going to recap the weekend. It did not have a good start at all. Like it had a terrible start where it was like every sign was pointing for us to drive back home. So I went with myself, Myung, Lily, Yvonne, Timmy, Destin, also known as Bronzy, and then Elam, Tina. Why am I spacing? Am I forgetting someone? Broden? I'm so sorry. I don't know why. I'm just blanking on people. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I drove Destin, Timmy, and Tina. We drive there. Okay. Yvonne drove Lily and Broden, and then Myung and Elam. I felt bad for Myung, but yeah, Myung had to drive Elam. There was she had to drive somebody. He was in her car. I did not envy that, especially because when we get there, the Airbnb has a 1.5 hour like just wait to get inside. It was horrible. But so my car was great. We just played jams the whole time. Tina sat next to me in the front and we were just yapping and yapping. We were playing, I don't even know. We're playing just like bangers. Timmy had the aux. And then, we pack our bags. It's like 5 p.m. We get in the car. We drive. Well, I was driving all the way there. We get to our Airbnb, which is inside of this, like, basically what I realized is that Coachella, Indio is a terrible place to live. It's kind of like Vegas. It's a desert. It is terrible to live there. Okay. Nobody wants to live there. It's so hot. Okay. We knew it was gonna be like 103 degrees. I think that in Celsius, that's like 30 degrees. No, 30. I don't know. It's really hot. Okay. We get there. It's like 1:30 and we are in now a new line to turn into, I forget. Okay, so then I was thinking about it and I was like, I want eggs in the morning to cook. I would like to have some Cliff Bars. I would like to have some water. So I was thinking ahead. I'm like, what do we want when we get there, right? We want to have supplies and to survive, right? So I was like, okay, so what if I time this delivery of because the stores will close before we get there, right? So we can't actually get the groceries when we get there. But if we have someone deliver the groceries, time it so we order it like 10 p.m., it'll take about an hour to get there. Boom, we arrive around 1. It's okay to have eggs sitting out for 2 hours, something like that. So I was like, okay. So I had Tina order stuff, blah, 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 blah. As we're getting there, we're 10 minutes away. We get a call from the person who's doing our delivery. And she's like, listen, I cannot get into your Airbnb. There's a massive line. It is so chaotic. And I was like, oh, okay. Can you wait 10 minutes? I will meet you at a parking lot. Is there any store we can meet you at? She's like, oh, yeah. So she finds a new place. We diverge to somewhere else. We meet at a different parking lot. We pull up next to her. And I'm like, Christina? And she's like, Leslie? And I was like, yes. Pop our trunks. Okay, move the eggs, move the paper towels, move the Cliff Bars, move the waters. Okay, we put it all in my trunk. And it was like, everyone's carrying stuff. There's so much stuff. Okay, then with all of the stuff, okay, also raspberries, okay? And there's raspberries, okay? It was not a drug deal. It was a deal for groceries, okay? So we're doing groceries. Then we drive to this Airbnb and we think for sure, no traffic, right? For sure, no traffic, no lines because it's 1 something a.m. at this point. Okay. No, it's like 12 something a.m. We are in this line from 12 to like 1:15 a.m. Just a line getting in because they have such tight security going in. Every single person needs to show their ID. And then you need to get a wristband, like a shiny wristband. And then, so we had to do that. We get there and Destin in my car is like, my license is in my luggage in the back of your trunk. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I was like, fine. So we stop, they're all like shining flashlights in there. He's like pulling open his trunk, the luggage, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Luckily for us, the line was so long. Broden, Lily and Yvonne were the car behind us and we're just on the phone with them. Okay. Broden blasting Temp Love. And I was like, I have to respect the fact that you're blasting your own music, like in your car. Like we could just hear him playing his own music. And so we're just kind of on the call with like, for 45 minutes, just like pretending we're in the same car, blah, 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 like yapping. Bleachers or something was playing. And then finally Tina's like, I'm going to go. And then he's like, okay, just say you don't want to hang out. And she's like, no, it's just like, we want to listen to music too. Anyways, hang on. We get in, pull up to the Airbnb. We're dead tired. Okay. I was like, hey, listen, I'm going to get out of the car and then I'm going to open the front door with the code and then I'm going to come open the garage and then we'll pull in and then we'll unpack. Okay. I pull up to the driveway. I get out. I tell the code, right? Doop, 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 doop. Doesn't work. I was like, okay. Lock. Doop, 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 doop. Doesn't work again. I was like, okay. So I go back to the car. I was like, hey guys, slightly maybe bad news. The code doesn't work. And I have no way to get into the house. And they're like, wait, no, that can't be right. Okay, everyone starts getting out of the car. Do. Okay. And do. And then the cool down begins, okay? The thing locks us out. And now we are at a point where it only lets us type in a code once every minute and a half, okay? And we're like, what? So I messaged the Airbnb host and I said, hi, you're probably asleep, but the code you gave us does not work. We're unable to get into the house. Okay. Lily walks up and she's like, please, like, I'm just really tired. Like, I want to sleep. And I was like, I feel you. Like, I just want to go to bed. And we're outside. The lights are dark. Myung and Elam, they're like still in the line. And then we're like, hey, can you tell the security when you get up there that we are unable to get into our house if there's someone they could give us a contact to? And so they get up there. We're on speakerphone with them. We hear them asking and they're like, sorry, that's like not our problem, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, uh-oh. I was like, guys, we might be screwed. So we start looking up hotels. We start looking up motels. The like nearest Motel 6 is like $800 a night. Like, I'm not kidding. The Tina was like, look, they're the bummiest, jankiest rooms, and they are so expensive. And it makes sense. Like Coachella weekend, and also like the same night, $700, $600. We're like, we are not doing this. So we hop the fence. Okay, Timmy hops the fence, and he's like, good news and bad news. He comes back, and he's like, good news and bad news. Like, and I honestly forgot what the bad news was, but the good news was that the outside beds, like there was like these like benches with pillows, and he's like, we could sleep outside. Like, it's not that bad. So we all start hopping the fence, or we go through the back door. We find a way to open the back door. We go there and we start like laying down. Like, we're like, okay. And also, like, they say firm beds are good for your back. So some of us are lying on the sidewalk. Some of us are lying like on these little like things that are like by the pool. We're like, this is like just a really nice firm bed. I'm like, do we sleep outside? Do we do this? Half people are down. Some people are like, okay, I don't know. So then we decide, we're like, wait, 100 Thieves is here. So we message the 100 Thieves house. Okay, JHB, locked in. He gets the message. He immediately calls them. And they're like, hey, we can make something work. We have like a couch, okay? We have a couch. And so they said, come on over. We'll figure it out, okay? And then we're like, worst case, 3 people sleep outside. 2 people get the couch there. Do any of you have friends here? We could like split up for the night. And then as soon as like, or we sleep outside, the sun comes up, the Airbnb host wakes up, bam, lets us in. We were brainstorming everything. Okay. It was good. Oh, dude, James popped up. Okay. So then we all decide to just drive over. Okay. 20 minutes. We're at the 100 Thieves house. the one that Lexus provided. Shout out Lexus. Okay, so we get inside. They're like, hey, okay. Vinny opens the door. We're like, what's up, Vinny? James is there. Eric is there. He works at 100 Thieves too. And they're like, all right, come on in. I was like, can I store my eggs? Because my eggs are going to go bad. And so I bring in my eggs, my yogurt, and my raspberries. And I stick them in the refrigerator. Because listen, I was thinking about my eggs the whole time. I was like, dude, my eggs are going bad slowly. Like they've already been outside. And then like now they've been in the car we were outside of our house for another hour trying to like break in. Okay. The produce, we got to save it. Okay. They let me put the eggs in the fridge. All right. Then they were so cool. Okay. So they were like, one person can sleep here, one person sleeps here. They pulled out the couch, the outdoor couch, brought it inside, blew up an inflatable mattress. Then they found, they're like, okay, also JHB doesn't get here until tomorrow. You two of you can split this. We pull out the thing. The third person can go here. I'm like, oh my God, I think we can fit 9 of us. Like somehow 2 people on that, 2 people on that. Me and Yvonne were going to cuddle. Then Myung was going to go on the thing underneath that. We're all like, all right, we start unpacking, getting our toothbrush out, everything. And then I get a call. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Hello? It's the Airbnb host. And she's like, I am so sorry. I don't know why, but I just forgot to change the code. And I was like, can you change it? And she's like, yeah, it's changed. I got you. You can go back now. I'll stay awake until you get back. I'm so sorry. And I was like, listen, it's okay. Like, don't worry about it. Honestly, I was really nice. I was really, really nice. People were like, give her a bad review. And I was like, it's an honest mistake. And I was just like, it's okay. Well, thank you so much. Thank you. So I go back and everyone's like so pissed. And I was like, yeah, honestly, that was like a really big mess up because it threw our whole night for a loop. Okay. I didn't get the discount, but I'm working up my way to ask for one. I started my message earlier today about how I was going to tell her it was an inconvenience. And I do think we should get a discount. But I'm going to write it in a assertive yet kind way, but like, not threatening, but just an assertive way, because I do think that is a mess up on their part, and she should face the consequences. I don't want 100% off, but I will take like maybe a free night, because that night was ruined. Okay, we pack all of our stuff back up. I said, good news, everyone, but also like, hey, we can go back. Everyone's like, are you serious? Pack bags again, load the cars again, grab my eggs, my raspberries, my water. Okay. And then we hike back into the cars, pull up, get in. Okay. Then we start unpacking. Then for some reason, it's so difficult to figure out who's staying in what room. Like we just couldn't figure it out. Everyone was okay with everything. So then they're like, Leslie, can you just assign us rooms? And I was like, I just take a room. But they're like, well, which one? And they're like, because there's one room full of bunk beds that was like bunk. And there's like a master room that was clearly like hella nice with its gorgeous big, the rooms were very unbalanced. And there's like a shed in the back. We put Ellum there. Then there's just like the rooms were so unbalanced that we didn't know. And some people are like, I don't want to share a bed, but I'm also down with everything. So we're like, okay, all right. It ended up working out. I shared a bed. Me and Myung shared the master. And then like at the very end, Tina was like, oh, there was like a pillow in between us. So she's like, why do you have this pillow in between you guys? I could just sleep there. And I was like, do you want to sleep here? She's like, could I? And so Tina, like, Myung fell asleep first. Then I get in bed. And then Tina like crawls in the middle and like gets in. And I was like, as long as I don't have to be in the middle of a bed, I'm good. Okay. So yeah, you know what? I deserve the master because I booked it. I planned. I'll take it. Thank you. But I was also down to sleep in a bunk. Like I literally was. I got into a bunk at one point and I was like, I'll take the bunk. Okay. I just wanted to go to bed. So we go to bed. We wake up. Yvonne, the goat, is making quesadillas. It was awesome. She made these like delicious quesadillas with ham. And she's like, do you want one? And she was like underselling them like crazy. And I was like, oh, I'll take one. They were delicious. They had ham. They had eggs. They were like melted together. They're delicious. Okay. So we ate the quesadillas, and then I had we got ready for the day, and then the first thing on our agenda was we go to the 100 Thieves house to film the vlog. So we went over there. We met up with JHB. This vlog is going to be up on their channel probably, I don't know, pretty soon. We got a house tour. We took photos with the cars. We got goodie bags. We were in the arcade. I 1v1 Elam, owned him at air hockey, and then Yvonne owned Elam at this racing game. He just got owned. And then Timmy did some crazy stuff on the pool table. Okay, guy, just anything with aim, it's kind of insane. Okay, so he did some cool trick shots over there. What did we do? I guess we just hung out. Oh, then their house was so close to the venue for this day that we actually just walked over. The first day, we literally just walked and walked to the festival. It was insanely hot. Just walk. Okay, we got in. We scanned the tickets, get the drink tickets, go inside the festival, and then Marina is coming on the left. Okay, we walk in there. Boom, she's on stage. And then we go. Oh, okay. Oh, so hot outside. We go to this place, Oakberry. Okay, they have smoothies. We walk over and we have the best smoothie. You know when you're really hot, like so hot that you're like, you got sweat everywhere. Your clothes are sweating off. I was wearing a sticky bra, and let me tell you, there was no stick left. It was all sweat. It was hanging on via liquid. And I couldn't tell anybody this. I don't know why I'm saying it now, but I don't know if anyone has felt this discomfort. Like it's sticky, right? But I sweat so much that it was like as if I had like poured water on my hand. And I was like, huh? So I was like feeling, and I was like, wow, it's just water. It's just wet. Anyway, so I was in extreme discomfort, constantly touching my, I was like readjusting. I was like mortified, and I couldn't tell anyone. I was like, So there was that. But then we go to get. What did Tina say? I talked about my boob sweat for hours. Dude, it was unreal, the amount of boob sweat. Like, we were suffering. Me and Tina were complaining so much about the heat. The first day was awful. Okay, I've never experienced my sticky bra turning into a water bra like that, though. It was like a new horrible experience. And then I had this genius idea to go into the girls' bathroom and wipe off the water with toilet paper, forgetting it's a sticky bra. Then bam, the stickiness is still there. I've got toilet paper lining it now. So it's like, I'm now pulling off toilet paper from the inside of my bra. And I'm like, what is this? And it was awful. And then I try to stick it back on. It does kind of hold. I hope none of you have to go through that. I mean, it's just disgusting. Okay. So, it was disgusting. So I was there. We got these really great smoothies from this place called Oakberry, and they were really, really good. And like when I had it, I immediately was like, I want 3 of these every day. We ended up getting like 1 per day. It was really good. They were the very berry smoothies. I couldn't tell if it was so good just because it was so cold and we were so hot. But then I was like telling people, I was like, guys, you know how like it's really hot and uncomfortable? The smoothie that we're drinking tastes that much better though. And like, I feel like we suffer, like the suffering is kind of worth it. So this can be that much better. Like a normal smoothie will never hit this hard. And everyone's like, yeah, it's actually true. Like it's kind of nice that it's so hot that this way. Anyways, so we had the smoothie. Then we went, half of our group split. We went to David and he killed it. We were at, which tent was it? The Gobi tent, Mojave tent, one of the tents. We watched David's set. Then I saw that he like did a backflip, and then like, I don't know if you guys saw Vinny Hacker's story from the stage. He did a backflip, and then like he like tried to land on the stage, and then like he fell. I missed that part. Oh God. But I saw it. I was like, dear Lord, he fell. There's a lot of people doing backflips. We watched Benson Boone as well, and that guy does like, he's like an acrobat. The camera's not on him, and he's just doing backflips every 2 minutes he hits us with a backflip. I didn't really know Benson Boone's game. I wasn't familiar, okay? Because like Yvonne's like, of everyone, I must see Benson Boone. And all I know is that one song that's like, please stay, the TikTok song that I hear all the time. And I was like, that's the only Benson Boone song I know. We went to see his entire set, and my God, he was insanely good. Like I was kind of upset, and I thought, wow, this guy kind of reminds me of Freddie Mercury, like the way he sings and his energy and what he's dressed like. And then at one point he just goes like, hey, oh, I was like, okay, so he's leaning into this, like, for sure. And then he plays Bohemian Rhapsody, and then the drummer or the guitarist of Queen comes out, and I was like, okay, so he's like fully leaning into this. And I was like, is that Brian May? Like, is that actually him? I was like, is that the guitarist of Queen right now? Like tell me it is. And Broden's like, yes. And I was like, what? It was so cool. And then I was like fully sold at this point. I was just like, this is such a cool set. So I was really happy we went to that. It was like a great, like, that was like, boom. No, I watched, like, the whole Queen movie, I think it's called Bohemian Rhapsody with Rami Malek. And ever since then, I've always wanted to watch, like, my one concert, if I can go back in time, would be Live Aid, to go see Queen live. Like, if I could go back in time, like that concert, if I could just be at one, it would be that one. So I was having a moment. I was like, this is the closest I'm going to get. This is the closest. And so, like, if you ever watch it, like, that's that one concert where there's not a phone in sight, because people weren't filming on phones. Everyone just locked in. Freddie is like the way he commands that crowd. It's like different watching that. And so I've always wished, so I felt like it was a really special moment. Then I think after that, we went to see Lisa at Sahara. She looked incredible. We were just like, dude, aura, like, that's Lisa. Like, girl is so, like, I didn't really notice, like, too much. Like, I was just, like, dancing. She was great. I saw people pretty critical of her and Jenny, like, on the subreddit. I'm a Coachella subredditor. And people were like, what was that? She's a lip singer, blah, blah, blah. I was just, like, mesmerized. I couldn't really tell. I mean, it was great. I was just like, wow. What celebrities did you see? So speaking of Lisa, on day 3, we were, Timmy took us into the Red Bull tent. And as we're going in, they were like, hey, Lisa, she's on the 3rd floor. Maybe you can pull some strings to get us in, right? And so we go up there, and we go to the 2nd floor. We go to the 1st floor, and then we have a special wristband goes to the 2nd floor. Okay, I'm getting some drinks. There's this old man. He comes up to me, and he's like, who's paying for the drinks? And I was like, I am. And he's like, oh, so you're the one with the money. And I was like, we're all doing fine. I'm just paying for this round. And he's like, okay, what you drinking? And I was like, I'm not sure yet. And then Broden looks at me. He's like, this whole floor, like, he's like, I feel like we've entered a different demographic of people at Coachella. And this whole floor is everyone here was the kind of people who'd stay at the White Lotus. And I was like, and he's like, think about that guy, like that old guy who's kind of like talking to you a lot. I was like, oh my God, you're so right. You're so right. Everyone here is giving White Lotus. Like, it was like even more LA than Coachella. It was like an extra floor of it, and it enhanced the vibe. I was like, whoa. It felt like we entered a new neighborhood of people. But then, so I got the drinks, blah, 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 blah. And we leave. We go to the bathrooms. And we go into the bathrooms. As I'm leaving the bathroom, I'm standing there. And who was it? Someone told me, they're like, right behind me, Lisa. And I was like, what? And I look up, right behind, bam, 3 feet away. Lisa's just standing there. And I'm like, she's just standing there, like, no photos, though, no photos. So I'm like, oh my God, she's just there. She's just standing there talking, blah, blah, blah. And it was like, oh my God. And so each person that came to the bathroom was like, don't draw too much attention. But Lisa's standing right behind me. And I'd be like, look behind me. And then they'd be like, oh. We're like, oh my God, what do we do? How do we act? Do we act normal? She's just right there. She's just, wait, no photos. Like, she's just right there. No. I have many people who can justify my story. We weren't allowed to take photos, but luckily I have many a witness, okay? Broden was there. Tina was there. Tina was the first to notice, actually. Tina can vouch. Timmy was there. Timmy's cousin was there. Timmy's cousin's girlfriend was there. A lot of people were there. Okay, she was there right next to me. I could have reached out and maybe touched her. Okay? And she definitely recognized me a little bit. Like, she didn't want to bother me probably, but like, I think we made eye contact for a second. So I've met her twice. We were standing in the same area. You know what I mean? It was pretty cool. They were like, that's your friend, go say hi. I was like, I don't want to, like, I could. I mean, we have hung out, like, technically for a second. You know what I mean? We were there. This looks disgusting, doesn't it? It's got my greens in it. It's got a little greens powder in there. So then, after Lisa, we went to go see. Wait, who did we see? I think we saw Lady Gaga. And let me tell you, Lady Gaga did not come out to play at Coachella. Okay, she put on this insane theatrical performance. It was like act 1, act 2. She had this like crazy stage set of dancers. Boom, boom, boom. She was out here. Poker Face comes on. Like, what is happening? Paparazzi, Shallow. I'm crying during Shallow, by the way. Like, it's so good. Her singing Shallow was like, she just pianoing herself, talking about people having a hard time in life. I'm just like, dude, it was so beautiful. She's so good. We were just mesmerized. The whole time we're just like turning around, like, what are we watching? Lady Gaga was so good. Yeah, it felt really special. I don't know. Poker Face, like hearing that intro to Poker Face, like, I don't know if you guys can hear this, but like we heard this. Hold on. We were losing our minds. I like didn't recognize that first, and then I'm like, oh my, and then she's just in the front, lights are, it was just amazing. It was so good. Okay, yeah. So she was probably like objectively like just like the best. Oh wow, she was so good. So then. First time I regretted not going. This was probably my favorite Coachella I ever went to. Oh. Okay. So then Coachella. So then we get hungry. Tina finds this paella. Okay. Oh my gosh. There's this paella place next to the berry smoothies that were amazing. It was a massive thing of paella. I even took a video because, wow. I mean, I knew paella was good because my uncle always makes paella. And my mom used to make paella. And I'm a paella fan. Like, I love paella. But this paella, I don't know, maybe it just hit different, but it was delicious. And every day afterwards, I dreamed of the paella. And I was like, what are you most excited for? I said, the paella. Last year, it was After's ice cream. This year, it was the paella. And man, it was so mushy and delicious. Like the way the rice, like, I don't know, man. Coachella is the festival they have, like, food is pretty big there. Like, they have vendors and, like, tons of great food. Whilst being so ridiculously expensive, it's funny. Like, Yvonne bought a round of drinks. And I go up to her, and she gives me the drink, and she's like, $50, by the way, each of these drinks. And I was like, do they just, like, roll a dice and just pick a number? Like, how do they say that with a straight face? Like, how are they selling you this drink and saying it with a straight face? If I was dying, I couldn't. She's like, this was $150, so you better enjoy this. I'm like, Yvonne, thank you so much. It was insane. The paella was like $17. But I actually, $20. And I actually was like, you know what? For Coachella and for what it is, actually felt reasonable. Like, the amount they give you is an amount that you could justify getting at like an LA restaurant. While it's expensive, the way they scaled up the prices, like it felt like it was actually worth. Actually, now that I look at this photo isn't selling the paella very well. I thought like this is a really good photo of it, but it looks small and not that good here. I don't even think I want to show you guys because I've hyped it up so much that I'm a little insecure about my photo. I think my camera warped the paella. No, like it's really good. I think that I thought this photo was really good. But I think that's a bad photo of it. I don't think I took a good one. No, I have a really good photo of it. Aha! Look! That's the actual place, okay? I was like, dude, this place is amazing, okay? So they cook it on a giant bowl. It was great. So if you happen to be going a weekend too, I do recommend it. It's great. And also they speak of this paella on the subreddit. Quite good. Okay, so then half the group went home early. They made a good choice, okay? They made a great choice. Lily and Yvonne were like, peace, we're gonna go. And we're like, yeah, let's stay for Travis Scott. And then me and Tina are like, wait, but aren't we going to die? And then they're like, yeah, probably. Well, let's just go anyway, okay? Because let's see. So we go to Travis Scott's set, and it's a massive crowd. And I'm not a huge Travis Scott, I don't really know anything except Goosebumps. And Sicko Mode, I think. And those are the only ones. Like, I didn't even know this song. There's a song called Fiend. Again, they're all singing Fiend. I'm like, what is this sign? I never heard in my life. Okay, so we're there in the crowd. He comes out, like, pretty close to us. And I don't know what it was, but, like, people were, like, excited at first. And then within maybe 30 seconds... everyone just stopped dancing. Like, I felt like I'm watching him. He's right there, lights, so much fire and fireworks and smoke and just boom, boom. He's like rumble rapping like crazy. And I get some people like that. But like even the fans, like I could tell like a lot of the people right around me were good, like fans of his. I have to tell you guys something about Lady Gaga. Sorry, I gotta come back to Lady Gaga. Yeah. No one is dancing. Everyone, and then at one point, I'm just like, do I pretend to like this? So I'm kind of like, yep, don't know this song, but I'm just gonna bop to it, I guess. And I'm like, this is bad. Like, I'm just not enjoying this. I'm not having a fun time. Finally, Ellum taps me, and he's like, is it just me, or is this kind of mid? And I was like, oh my God. I was like, guys, I'm not having a good time. Like, can we go? And so we just were like, let's leave. Okay. So we leave. Thank God we leave. And was Broden with us? No, he wasn't. Because how did it then we get split up? Basically, I think maybe Broden went somewhere else. But it's me, Ellum, Tina, Timmy, and Destin. And we walk, okay? We walk out of the festival, and we walk for about maybe, it feels like 30 minutes along dust. There's a dust. No one talks about this part of Coachella. It is horrible, the walk. People are kicking rocks into your face. There is people trying to buy tickets off of you. People who are trying to sell you vehicles. Hey, get our car. Hey, no one going day 3. We're buying tickets. We're buying tickets. You're just like looking at the ground, and they're like, excuse me, blah, blah, blah. People like pushing you, and you're like, ugh, dust in your face. Ugh, you're coughing. Ugh, you feel like you're dying. You're slowly just looking at the ground like miserable. Okay, no one talks about this part. Okay? It sucks. Finally, we're like, Destin gets an Uber. He's like, I got one. We're like, yes. We go to the Uber lot. We walk through this little zigzag thing, pop out. We're looking for our car now. We're walking in the middle of traffic. The cars are not moving. Lights everywhere. Excuse me. Some cars kind of drive. We're like zigzagging between the cars. All right, looking for a license plate. We split up. Right? People are like, hey, you can't stand here. Blah. I'm like, sorry. We're looking. Can't find him. Calls him. Can't find him. No signal. Blah, blah, blah. I try calling. Can't get through because it's Uber. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Anyways, we see the car. We see the car, and basically the license, the guy canceled on us. He canceled, and then he picked up someone else. Like, so eventually we see the car. Ellen starts knocking on the door, like, hey, we're here. And then he goes, Dustin's like, he just canceled. Doesn't roll down his window, and we see other people in that car, and he's just driving away. We're like, great. So then we start walking again, and we decide now to walk all the way off of the vicinity of the festival so that we can now get picked up again. Broden has us on Life 360, and he's like, hey guys, you've been walking a long time. I'm seeing on Life 360 that you guys have been walking, and then you stopped, and you started walking again, and now do you need a ride? And we're like, please, can we get a ride? Broden drives us, picks us up from some random cul-de-sac. Thank goodness he brought like Gatorade. He brought drinks. It was awesome. We're in the car like, thank God. Anyways, literal king. Thank you, Broden. It was awesome. He drove us back home that day. That was great. One thing that happened at Lady Gaga is that Tina loves Lady Gaga. Okay, she loves her, and she's like, I'm a little monster. Like, yes, you are, Tina. Okay, so Lady Gaga did this one thing where she ended her set, and there was like 10 minutes of nothing. So people start leaving, and she's like, guys, she hasn't played Bad Romance. Where are you going? And people are leaving, and she's like, the real fans would know that she's gonna play Bad Romance. She's talking to people, by the way. Like, people can hear her. She's like, the real fans. She like grabs my arm. She starts walking forward. So we're getting space. We're getting closer. And she's like, hello. Everyone's just pushing past, leaving, getting space. We push forward. And 10 minutes later, boom, Act 5. She was right. And boom, rah, 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 ah, ah, starts playing Bad Romance. It played. She played. It was amazing. She did Bad Romance and Born This Way, I think. And then it stops again. Doom. Okay, it really feels like it's over this time. Everyone starts leaving. She guys, hello, where is everyone going? She hasn't played Just Dance yet. The real fans would know that she's gonna play Just Dance. We start pushing forward again. I mean, at this point, the stage is being removed. She is pushing forward. The real fans know. Hello, where are you guys going? Yeah, and then the stage literally is like everyone's off, and they're like, okay, I think it's actually over, Tina. She's not playing Just Dance. She's not. So yeah, some say she's still there to this day. Someone said in the crowd, they're like, wait 1 week, she'll come back out. Haha, because Weekend too, Anyways, that was funny. So then we make it back. Okay. We make it back. And then that's the first day. Okay, great day. Second day comes around. This is awesome. Yvonne making quesadillas again. And they were awesome again. Today was the Green Day day. It was personally the day I was most excited for because I love Green Day and I've wanted to see them perform since I was a kid. Half our group was like, whatever about Green Day. Some people were like, I don't care for any of the sets today. I was like, guys, I just need to see Green Day today. Some people really want to see Clairo. I didn't know who Clairo was. But I think Clairo does this song like, hold on. They were singing it to me all weekend. It was like, oh man! Oh, dun, 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 if we try, da, 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 or something like that. So, does that sound familiar? That would they sing that part to me? I was like, I know that song. I said I didn't know that song. Maybe it's because I'm not on TikTok as much, or I didn't know. So I don't know where people hear new music. So I mean, I was like, I do know that song. So and Clairo was fantastic. So we get there. Who the heck was before that, though? Like, did we just go in really late? I think we went in really late that day. So we go in at, like, maybe 5 p.m. Is that right? We went straight there, but that was already evening time. Something must have happened before that. Well, I just know at Clairo, I sat down, and when I stood up, my legs were, like, stuck together. And I was like, what the heck? Lean down. This is just someone's gum has been stuck to my pants and stuck my pants together. Just a whole thing of someone else's gum. And it was not my gum because my gum was in my mouth. And I was like, dude, like I literally got up and whoa! And I looked down and I was like, this is so disgusting. What did I do? I went to town. I start pulling it apart. And people were like, that's so gross, Leslie. I was like, well, What's done is done. My fingers are in here. And I was thinking like, dude, someone's like teeth have chewed every bit of this. This is disgusting. But I was pulling it out thing by thing. And then they were like, listen, Leslie, there's things that take gum off of pants. Like, stop doing that. So I was like, okay, fine. And then like people see me pulling this way. And then some people, because initially I told like 3 people. Some people come over and then like I look at my other side. They're like, wait, it got on both sides? And I was like, you missed it. It was holding my pants together. It's like, it looked like it was like so in there that it looked like somebody pressed them together. Like, I don't know how it was so stuck, but my pants somehow got stuck by someone's gum. I don't know how it happened. I sat down, fine, stood up. So I pulled it out. It's still there. It's fine, whatever. Green Day. Somehow we got so distracted at Claro that Green Day, like we were late to Green Day. I like get up and I'm like, what time's Green Day at? And then someone's like 10 minutes ago or something, or like it just started. I'm like, what? Jump up, sprint over as American Idiot is playing. So actually we didn't miss any because I believe they opened up with Green Day. With American Idiot. Start jumping, dancing. Don't want to be an American. Okay, so good. Okay, American Idiot and into Holiday, into Boulevard of Broken Dreams, into Know Your Enemy. I've forgotten about Know Your Enemy. Like, I love that song. And then I forgot. We went to Malpete. Malpete. I didn't know Malpete before it. Is it Malpete? The song that goes like, we just wanna party, do it on again. Dun 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 dun. Okay, I don't know, but now I know this song. Okay, so we went to that Malpete. I think he's a DJ. Really fun. Met some friends. Met Yvonne's friends. So if you guys don't know, Yvonne knows everyone and their moms. Like she knows a million people. So we met up with Yvonne's friends and they were really cool. And so we just start yip yapping. I'm started talking to this couple and I'm like, how'd you guys meet? Blah, 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 blah. I think it all started because I was talking to myself. I said it really loud. I was like, maybe Mustard's gonna bring out Kendrick. And this girl was like, no, he's not. Or like, no, he's not. And I was like, you don't know. And she's like, he's on tour right now. And like, blah, blah, blah. I know his tour schedule. Blah. And I was like, well, how do you know this? She goes, because I love Coachella. And I was like, I love Coachella too. And we were kind of like semi-arguing, but like in a joking way. And then I sit down. I was like, nice to meet you, by the way. She's like, Kendrick is not coming out. I was like, but like, what if? Because, Mustard on the beat. Like, it's kind of been a year. He could come out. And then people are like, Kendrick is not coming out. So it's just this. People are like, she's still on this? I guess I'd been talking about it for a while. I was like thinking maybe Kendrick would come out. Like, I thought it'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool. I just would be fun. Kendrick isn't even on tour yet. I said, I don't know these things, but this girl, she knew everything. She pulled out his tour schedule. All right. And I'm like, my bad. So, we start beefing, but like, jokingly beefing. Okay. And then we start realizing we have a lot in common because she starts talking about, High School Musical and, I don't even remember, but we were talking and we were just bonding over a lot of things. So it was great. She got her number. She said, I usually will never add somebody as like Leslie. Like usually I'll add you as Leslie Coachella. I'm going to add you as Leslie and I'm going to get your last name. I was like, really? She's like, yeah, usually you just be like Leslie Coachella though. But like, you're actually pretty cool. And I was like, yes. Yeah, my last name's Fu. I know. It was cool. She liked me. And she was like, she's my age and everything. I don't know. It was cool. I was like, oh my God, I feel like we would be best friends in another life. And then we linked arms and we went over to, I don't even know who we went together. Timeline wise, then we walked over to, wait, did that happen on day one? Am I getting my schedule borked? Oh my gosh, that was day one. I'm so sorry. Because the conflict was Gaga and Mustard. And then I was like, wait, what if we miss Kendrick? And then, sorry. So that happened on day one. And then we split. We went to Gaga together. And then she's like, hey, we're going to Mustard. And I was like, text me if he brings out Kendrick. Anyways, so then fast forward to day two, blah, 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 blah. We come home. Broden leads the way this time. We actually get home. We go to the 100 Thieves house. We go to the 100 Thieves house, hang out afterwards, and then we get back. We get back, and we decide to watch the White Lotus season 3 finale. And for some reason, Timmy's down to watch this, and he's like, okay, I've never seen White Lotus. And so I'm like, you are gonna be lost. But we pause, I talk him through, me and Brody take turns talking him through every scene. And he's like, wait, I don't understand this. Well, okay, well, so basically, blah, 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 blah. And then they did this. And then he's like, what? Okay. Well, I'm so confused. Okay, so basically, then there's these people, right? And then the drama is that this. And then they're like, oh, okay, follow me. What about this? Okay, so she's from like this. And he's like, okay, I follow. I don't know. We did the whole episode giving him context to every scene. But by the end, he got it. Like, we get it. So this guy and his brother. Oh, man. Anyways, so great. We watched it. Then Michael pops through the door. Boom. Okay, we're like, Michael? And I was like, your Japanese is so good, Michael. He's like, I'm here to pick up Lily. We're like, oh, Lily's leaving? And she's like, I didn't even know you were coming. She had jokingly told him come get me or something. And he just zooms over, I guess, barges in, and he picks her up. So they go back. Lily leaves us, and that's okay. We were sad, but it's okay. I was happy she rallied. Also, Myung left the first day, so we were losing people. They were dropping like flies. Myung had a co-stream for a game, and then Lily left the second day. So we were going, but then Yvonne brought her friend Brandon, who stayed with us, and so that was fun. It was fun to get to know new people. And then day three was the best day. Day 3 was amazing. That's when we hung out with Lisa. Well, stood in the same 10 square feet. Okay. We were hanging out. We also had this app. It's called, let me shout this app out. It's called What 3 Words, all right? What 3 Words? Anyone know this app? It basically takes your location. It assigns a 3-letter word to every 10 square feet of the world, I guess, or something like that. And so even if you don't have signal, you give someone 3 words. I almost just flipped my phone around and showed the 3 words that are where I live. That is so stupid. Okay. So it takes 3 random words and it gives you the square footage. That is actually insane how hard I just almost leaked my, to the 10 square feet. Okay. So it takes in the world, every 10 square feet is a randomly 3 generated word thing. And you send each other the words. And then it compasses you guys to each other. So in one of the sets, be a doobie. Okay. Biba-doobie. Okay. Biba Doobie was playing, and they were a couple people had gone to Keshi and then to Biba Doobie into Biba Doobie. So then we were like, okay, we'll meet you. And then I was like, Broden, give me the 3 words. And then he did. And then I was compassing us through the crowd, and I found them. So if you ever go to a festival or something where there's a lot of people with your friends, anywhere, try it out. It's pretty cool. It actually worked. So then we went to Be a Dabooby. I'm done. Okay. Then we saw her. She was wonderful. All the guys were crushing. It was pretty cute. I looked around. Everyone's all the guys were she's so pretty. I was like, ooh, they're in love. Honey, you think you're the 5 months? But to be she was so cute. She's she's up there. She's so cute. Okay, I totally got it. And then we of course went for paella. Okay, we went back to. People said the crowd was awful. Okay, well where we were, the crowd was vibing. So I couldn't, maybe in different spots, but also. I think when I look at these sets, a lot of the time the sets are really, they're really hot. So it's kind of hard to vibe. Like, even if you're enjoying the music, I would say Coachella is pretty miserable before like 6 p.m. Like, I don't really understand why people go that early. It's like really hot. Like, you're just sweating and like your sticky bra is falling off. Like, it's hard to enjoy anything when your sticky bra is falling off. Do you know what I mean? Or when you touch your sternum and your sternum is just like liquid. It's not like a great feeling. So I'm like, how does anyone enjoy this? So like, that's why the first day we made the mistake. We went really early. Second day we went at like 7 p.m. I was like, this is perfect. Go when the sun is down. I understand like you're missing stuff. Like, I also made mistakes. I missed T-Pain. I missed the LA Philharmonic. I know I missed stuff. It was sad and stuff, but it's okay. Then, so we went from, after hanging with Lisa, we all went to Jenny. Oh, we saw Tiesto's set. Then we went to Lisa. Then we went to Jenny. Okay. People were also saying that she wasn't so great. I had a great time. Okay. I thought Jenny was great. And then we go to the Indio Central Market, which is like a giant cafeteria area that's like lit really blue. The whole thing feels like a fever dream because of the lighting. Like, they definitely do it intentionally, where you are like, whoa, it's all blue. But then, bam! 2 of our neighbors who live here, live on our floor. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm like, whoa. We're like, what? So our neighbors who come to board game night just pop up. Okay. It was awesome. We're like, dude, there's no way. Like, we saw Broden. And so we start hanging out with them. We're like, we're about to go to Zed. Do you want to come with us? And they're like, yeah, that's perfect. Like, we've been hanging out with our group all night. We'll just come with you guys. So we all zip on over to Zed. At this point, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to text the boy Anton because, why not? So I said, I am so excited to see your set right now. Literally right now, 3 party emojis. Not to flex, but. He hits me with yo, thanks, Leslie. Which I meant to heart, but I thumbs up. I'm like, frick. I should have hearted it. Thumbs up is so weird. Like, I meant to heart it, but I can't. I couldn't. I didn't text myself, okay? I did the wrong reaction. Okay, anyways, he proceeded to give the best set, like the most fun set of the entire weekend. It was insanely fun. Like, he brought out B. Miller and Julia Michaels and John Mayer, which I was like, all of us Swifties in the crowd were like, ooh. But then we're like, dude, there is that one song, New Light. He has that one song that is actually, it's really good. I feel a little guilt every time I listen to it, but it's really good. And then, of course, he plays it. He plays New Light. I was like, man, it's really good. So we're jamming, feeling a little guilt, but it's okay. And then, yeah, like he just gave the best set ever. I don't know why it was different, but like, and then Beautiful Now, and I'm a sucker for Zed. And then after that, we went to see Post Malone. And Post Malone, apparently it wasn't great, but from the crowd, I guess his vocals, you couldn't tell were like on the weaker side. He did say at one point, he's like, sorry, I'm so pitchy, guys. And I was like, you're not that pitchy. You're great. I was talking to him. He couldn't hear me, but like, I was pretty close or whatever. He starts giving this really inspiring speech in the middle of it. Like, follow your dreams. Don't let anybody stop you. Nobody stop you from achieving your dreams. There's some like really inspirational music playing in the background. And he gets down on his knees. He's like, don't let anybody stop you. And I'm literally like, ugh. Not even the online haters can stop me. Start crying. Okay. It hit home. Okay. Not even the haters. I'm going to keep living my dreams, Post. For you. Okay. And then it closes and get really sad. I'm like, wow, that's the last set of the weekend. The music was so good. He's playing circles. He ends with Sunflower. Oh, Sunflower was great. And then we begin the long trek home. We get back. Luckily, we're locked in. Okay, I'm reading the Airbnb instructions before you leave. Trash needs to be collected, everybody. Can we make sure to put laundry in all of the bins? Each room has a bin. Your towel sheets need to go inside of them, running around with trash, collecting all the trash from every... But I need to read you this message from my Airbnb host. Even though my Airbnb host was kind of like an L because of what they did, let me tell you what they said about me. Hi, Leslie. Wanted to say thank you for leaving our home in such good condition. I just finished leaving you a glowing 5-star review. Thanks again for letting us host you and your group. You, of course, are welcome back anytime. Well, of course I am. But will we be staying again? That's the question. Aglumoto, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Thank you. I know. See, now, how can I ask for money back? You see my dilemma? How can I ask for money back? Because she loves me. So I'm like, will I get my 5-star review taken? Maybe it's not worth it because now I have the ability with these glowing 5-star reviews. I take a lot of pride in my host. I'm a great. Well, because one time actually at Coachella, I left a Airbnb in shambles, and after that, I was so mortified that now I'm like, how would I want someone to leave my house? So mortified. It was so bad. So now I'm on the way out, collecting trash, everything. So then we drive back. I took Timmy, Destin, and Ellum. Ellum and Destin slept in the back the whole time, so it was actually pretty chill. Didn't have to deal with the yapping. Timmy just played bangers the whole time. We're singing All American Rejects and The Killers and the whole time. And then we yip-yapped, and then we were home. I'm like, well, we're back. So that was it. It was a blast. It was actually really, really fun. I like, sometimes there's like some stuff that happens and complicates things. I get pissed. Vibes are off. I'm like, I want to see this set. You want to see that. We get split up. Someone gets lost. Someone goes to the bathroom, loses their phone, gets it stolen. Something happens usually each time. But that we got out at the very beginning. We got it out of the way. We got locked out. But then, 100 Thieves came in clutch. Lexus with the 100 Thieves house. I mean, it was great. So shout out Lexus, shout out 100 Thieves. Thank you so much for bringing us to Coachella, providing tickets for so many of us, actually. So that was really cool. And providing cars. And don't forget to watch the vlog. It's going to be out probably this week, I think. So thank you so much. So that concludes the Coachella Yip Yap